What's up, everybody? Back in the shop. Today is, today is Friday. So, haven't been working on the 62 in the past couple of days because I got sidetracked again with the Cadillac, guys. Some of you may know, I've been, I've been working on the Fleetwood, and see this car right here. I've been trying to get that car up and running again. And, it was up and running. I replaced the fuel pump in it and did a few other things. But once I replaced the fuel pump, it was a little low on gas. So the other day I decided, oh, what the hell, let me drive it up the street to the gas station, fill it up. So I was thinking about driving it home just to stretch the legs on it and whatnot. And much to my surprise, on my way back to the shop, the car stalled on me. I'm like, oh no, what's going on here, But luckily, it fired back up. I got it back to the yard here in the shop. And I said, yeah, let me look into this and see what's going on. Couldn't really find anything, right? So shut the car off, backed it up, pulled it forward, and went to restart it. Wouldn't fire up. Thing was just dead, down and out. So naturally, I thought, hey man, I must have messed something up with the fuel pump. Pulled the pump out again, did a whole bunch of crazy work. And it's been down for, past 3-4 days. And it was blocking in the shop. I couldn't get cars in and out, so that's a problem for me. But at the end of the day, I figured it out, and it ended up being the ignition module in the distributor. Just, those things, when they fail, they just randomly die. So we weren't getting any fuel pulse at the injectors on the throttle body. But anyway, so now that that's out the way, back on the Deuce. So let me flip it around, check it out. So haven't done anything yet except for pulling the cover off, but I do have the bulbs now in my tripod, my trusty little tripod light there, and I'm gonna get to work on this quarter again. So the plan is to finish sanding on it and to start to apply some filler and sand some more. And just repeat the process until we get this thing where it needs to be. But honestly, it's not too bad. So yeah, I'm expecting to be able to do this in short order, but you never know. It all depends on how I feel and what issues I may run into. But yeah, that's it. So we're gonna be back on this bad boy, trying to get the driver's side looking as nice as the passenger side. This took quite a while, so I got to be careful on being overly optimistic on what kind of time it's going to take me to get the other side looking good. But all in all, it shouldn't be too bad. So that's what I've been tied up doing, guys. And sometimes that's how it goes. Like I said in other videos, that Fleetwood is just, I like that car and I've been wanting to drive it. So I've been putting a lot of more effort into that. Finally worked out the bugs. And in addition to the issue I had there with the ignition control module, it also ended up having the security system issue, the passkey fault. So I had to bypass that, and that's a whole nother thing because the car had an alarm on it in addition to that. So I had to strip all that out. Long story short, it took me, more time than I was planning on spending on it. But again, I'm trying to refocus and get back on the Deuce. So that's what we're gonna do. So sorry about that for the guys who've been really looking forward to the content. I'm gonna try to stay a little bit more consistent. We also been having some fluctuating weather here. It's kind of, today I think the high is only like 60 some degrees. So I got on my flannel. It's a little bit chilly when the wind blows, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the quick update and intro to this video. Back on the 62 driver's side quarter, and we're gonna see what we can make happen and try to get as far as we can. We'll do what we can for today, and then we'll be back in the shop again tomorrow to try to wrap it up. So, well, not wrap it up, but try to make even more progress. Here, let's see, it's Labor Day weekend, so we got a long weekend. Monday is a day off, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to the shop or not. I'm probably gonna spend some time with the family, with the kids and whatnot. So just, yeah, stay tuned and let's see what we can get done. Thanks for watching, everybody. Shawnee C at Motor City Customs. Be right back. All right, folks, we're back. We just spent some time sanding on the quarter to get it to, as flat as possible, get off some of the excess filler. But unfortunately, in the process, we ran into a problem. My air file took a dump. And for those who don't know what the air file is, it's this tool right here. I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but I guess it's finally giving up. When I have some time, maybe I'll look at it. It might just need some kind of cleaning, or I'll look into it further. But for now, I just kept going with the DA, good old DA sander. Now, that's not the ideal tool for this kind of work, but I'm just opting to use it so that I can continue to make progress right now. And we really don't have a whole lot of filler. This is mostly good metal. In the meantime, I went ahead and ordered a new air file from old trusty Amazon. So I should have that in hand tomorrow. That'll allow me to make continued progress when we get back into the shop, whenever that may be. But like I said, we still push forward. I still may do a little bit more sanding towards this tail end here with the DA. But then I'm gonna go ahead and opt to start skimming this entire panel with a light coat of filler, because I've checked it once again with my trusty straight edge, AKA paint stick. And everything is pretty good, except for the one spot that I highlighted to you guys before. That's kind of where you still see that dark spot. There's a low spot right there, and we got another one right in there. Other than that, everything is pretty straight. The only potential issue is we have, some little gouging, slight gouging of the metal. Somebody used some real aggressive sandpaper in the past, and that really left some witness marks. So it is what it is. That'll give the filler something to bite to, man. Maybe that's why they did it. They might have done that on purpose. I still got to get up here in these crevices and sand down, all that muck that they put up in there. But we'll get to that. I can do some of that by hand tomorrow. And that's the other thing too. I don't know what time I'm going to get that air file, but we'll still keep working on it tomorrow. When all else fails, I just got my manual, raw human strength. It takes a little bit longer, but you can still get it done. Not everybody has the luxury of the power tools and whatnot. So when all else fails, take it back to the basics and just grind it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm going to just keep pushing. So, but at the same time, you don't want to be stupid about it either, right? If it means you got to wait a couple of days to work smarter and not harder, then do that. This all depends on what you got going on. But don't rush body work. I guess that's my key message. Sometimes you can get caught up in pressure and wanting to see it done, just want to get it over with, and you move a little too fast, and then it's going to come back to bite you. So when you're doing this, take your time, move as slow as you need to make that thing as nice as possible, because as they always say, that finished paint job is only as good as the prep work, and this is considered part of the prep work, the manual labor piece of it, the laborious task of getting the body work done. But like I said, and as you guys can see, there's no secrets here on this channel. The car is not in bad shape, right? What it looks like happened is, like I said, somebody did some metal work. I don't know if they did a lower quarter patch here, or, looking in the trunk, I think they patched the whole lower section, honestly. And I don't know why, but they're probably thinking the same thing like me, like, let me put a skim coat over the whole thing. But it looks like they opted to do that. They skim coated the whole panel with filler, but they just didn't really do the greatest job of wiping it on there. So they left it all kind of chunky and lumpy and, whatever the case may be. So I'm taking my time to smooth that out, but you don't want to build on top of what could be potentially bad work. So that's why you see me sanding it all the way down to the metal in some spots. But where you don't have to do that, I'm opting not to. And yeah, I'm just going to keep going. So just wanted to cut in here and show you guys where I'm at with it and some of the next steps, and keep you in the loop on things that happen, right? Like, who would have knew that the air file would have just stopped working, But these are the kind of things that you run into that are unplanned expenses when doing work on a project car. So yeah, Just gotta keep grinding and make things happen. And with that said, I'm gonna end this clip here. I'm Shawnee C. here at Motor City Customs, putting in work on the 62 Impala project. Stay tuned. If you like the content, hit the like button, share it out, hit that hype button, leave a comment, give me your feedback, and consider becoming a member of the channel. It helps out. We also got merch, so look around the shop. And yeah, all in all, just thanks for watching. Thanks. All right, folks, so we're back. Got some more sanding done. Got it to where I was happy with it, and went ahead and applied the first round of filler. So again, just a light coat, because you know we got all these kind of gouges and stuff in the metal, so it makes sense to apply it all the way through. And yeah, we're just letting it dry. I mean, it's already in some cases drying up already, but just the fact that the air file is broken, you know, and I don't feel like sanding it by hand right now. We're just gonna chill. So we'll see what we do tomorrow. You know, we'll go ahead and hit it by hand, but for now, this is a good stopping point for me. And overall, I think it's gonna come out without, you know, needing days and days and days of work, you know, because like I said, I checked it again with my my trusty stick here, and at least this upper portion of the quarter is in good shape. So there's no need to keep applying filler, sanding, etc. All we should have to do is have maybe one more round of applying filler, because we're gonna flatten this out with the air file or the hand blocks or whatever, and then maybe, you know, address a few pinholes and stuff like that. It's the lower area where we're probably gonna have more work. Like I said, we got this weld seam, and we got some little divots there, and like I showed you guys in my last video, a bunch of hammer marks and whatnot here. So we got to take care of that. I still gotta clean that stuff up with the trusty die grinder. Just haven't gotten to it today. But rest assured, the saga continues. The work goes on the 62 project, keeping it pushing, taking it one day at a time, and, you know, making my dream come to reality. So stick with me, guys, and you'll see how we transform this old rusty, crusty car into a beautiful classic Chevy. So with that said, we're gonna wrap this video up. Yeah, if you're brand new to this series, check out some of the other videos. You'll see some of the work we've already done on this car. And yeah, check out some of the other builds. We've already done some work on a couple other cars, and there's more to come. So appreciate you being here. Like, share, subscribe, join the membership, hype the video, all that good stuff. Support your boy. Buy some merch. Do something. Watch it. Comment. You know, help push me, man, so folks can get a little dose of what I'm doing here in the beautiful city of Detroit, where these cars were born. So that's it for today. Shawnee C out. Peace.